Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Chris here. Just going to show you a tutorial. I've been asked to I've been asked to show my rendition of Satellite by BT. If you don't know who that is, he's actually an electronic artist. He has this one song on an album called Movement in Still Life, which is fantastic. It's actually very more ambient and relaxing and chill. And yeah, I'm going to show you how to play it in a more acoustic singer-songwriter setting. It's very simple. There's only four. You only really need to know four main chords. The one thing you do have to know is you have to capo the 3rd fret. So you will be putting a capo on the 3rd fret, which will raise the I guess the standard key from E minor to G minor. So when you play an E minor on the 3rd fret, it'll be G minor, if that makes any sense. Yep, so let's just get straight into it and we'll learn it. Okay, so I'm going to be splitting this tutorial into 3 separate parts. I'll keep it in one video because it's not that very long, just to make it easier and more accessible. The first part is the kind of the droney introduction. It's very chill, relaxing, ambient. I think there's a guitar in there, in the background over all the keyboards and the layering. But this is what I have figured out is my interpretation of the introduction. And you're going to be playing 3 main chord types in this: a C add 9 shape. And before I go any further, I'll be making reference to chords as if they were in without a capo. So for example, this I'm going to be calling G, even though it's actually B flat major. Because the capo is on the 3rd fret, I'm going to be referring to all the chords I play as if this was an open neck guitar with no capo on it. So the first chord shape is a C9, then the second is a D add 4, and then E minor. The way you're going to want to play this is you want to finger pick it, and I'll play it slow. I'll play it through the introduction first of all, and then I'll slow down and I'll break it apart. So this is what you're going to be playing. That's the introduction. As you can see, I only use those 3 chords. There's variations of them. So the very first chord you'll want to be playing is actually, it's not a C9, I'm sorry, it's more like a C7. You want to be putting the way I play it, so your finger, either your ring finger or your middle finger, on the 3rd fret, which is actually the 6th fret of the guitar, 3rd fret in relation to the capo. You want to be playing the A string and the high E string open together, like this. Then the B and the G. And after you've done that, you want to move to plucking the open D string with your thumb and placing your index finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, and placing your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and you want to be playing. So that's going to be open D and 2nd fret of the E string together, 3rd fret of the B string, and then open G. So start again from the beginning. The C. And then the next part you're going to play it's an E minor. So you'll be putting your. I put my middle finger. I mean, you could easily just put your ring finger, your index finger, sorry, ring or middle, doesn't matter, whatever's more comfortable for you. You want to be playing the E on the the A on the G string, which is the 2nd fret of the G string, and the E, low E together. So you want to be playing those two together, then another low E, then a open B. So again. That is basically all I can hear, but I do add embellishments to it, so I go, which is just playing all the way down from the high E string, E, B, 2nd fret of the G, D. So then again. Last time round is slightly different. You'll want to be playing more a C major shape, to just take out your middle finger for ease, just not to confuse you. So you'll be playing on the 1st fret on the B string, 3rd fret on the A string, and you pluck the A string, the open G string, and the 1st fret of the B string together. So all of them together. Then on the A string again, then the G and the B string open together. Then you want to be playing the 2nd fret of the G string and the 3rd fret of the A string together. And then the whole thing just repeats. I'd put that on repeat and just learn it slowly, just to get a basic handle of the chord shapes, before you move on, or because it can be quite tricky, especially if you're a new beginner guitarist trying to get your fingers in the right spot. But that's basically it for the introduction, and now we'll move on to the main finger picking verse part, which is my favourite part to play. Okay, so the next section is the verse section, and this follows a chord progression which involves E minor. It's actually more like an E minor with an added D. Then it moves to more of a C. This is actually a C9. To a G. To a D. So it would be. Again, this is all finger picked. The introduction is in E, but you've got the added 3rd fret on the G string, B string, and 2nd fret on the E string, and open G. You want to be playing it like this. I'll play it for you. So you're not moving any shape, you're just keeping it the same. So you open E, then you want to go open G, then 2nd fret on the E string, basically you're going to be playing around with that shape. But after you play the 2nd fret, so then you go back to open G, then E on the E string, then to the B string, then you do like an arpeggio, E, open G, E string, B string. So again, it's really slowly. Then you move on to the C chord. We basically just you can either move your middle finger to the 3rd fret A string, or you can move your index finger. I find it easier using my middle finger. And that follows the exact same pattern as the first one. Just with, instead of playing the open E, you're now playing the 3rd fret on the A string. So. And now you're going to want to move to a G shape, so move your middle finger up to the 3rd fret on the E string, and you want to reattach your index finger to the 2nd fret on the E string, the high E string, and you're playing the exact same shape as the previous 2 chords. Before you move to the D shape chord, which is basically just, it's almost like a D major, but you actually don't play the E string at all. It's just the D, the 2nd fret of the G string, and the 3rd fret of the B string. So it's, and then that's when so the very last note is when you take off your ring finger. So I'm going to play the whole thing through slow, and then I'm going to play the whole thing through tempo. Oops, sorry. Again. At speed, I think it's almost the same at speed actually. I think it's just. And then that's when the voice will come in. She smells of the sun, and you keep playing that main riff throughout the verse, and then just before the chorus comes in, you go back to playing that main introduction bit, which is, as you can remember, the. And then it will move right into the chorus, which is the easiest part of the song. Okay, the chorus section is the easiest one by far out of all. It's not finger picking, I strum it. So you're going to be using 3 main chords for this section. A C major chord. Now you can either play a D chord regular without the 2nd fret on the E string, or you can simply move this C on the 3rd fret up to the 5th fret. It's another D chord, it's just a variation of this D, and then you go to E minor. So in kind of up to tempo, it's going to be more like this. that's it. That's the whole song in 3 easy parts. If you have any problems with it, please don't hesitate to contact me, send me a message. And if you want me to start doing videos for other songs you'd like me to teach or you'd want to learn, just let me know, and I'll I now have time to actually spend a good deal of time working on these songs. So if you want me to learn some so I can teach you how to play them, I'll be more than happy to. Thank you for checking out this video, and I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoy playing this song. Thank you.